Welcome viewers. This is lecture number 2 of the lecture series on real analysis. Today we will discuss about bounded above, bounded below, unbounded above, unbounded below, least upper bound and greatest lower bounds, and examples related to each definition. So the topic is bounded sets. So in our previous lecture we have discussed about upper bounds and lower bounds. So quickly revise what are upper bounds and what are lower bounds. Let A be a non-empty subset of a real number R and U be any real number, and U is said to be an upper bound of A if all the element of A must be less than or equal to U, that is X is less than or equal to U. Similarly, we can define lower bound that for all X belongs to A, X must be greater than or equal to L. That is, all the element of non-empty set must lies in the right of L. Then L is said to be the lower bound of this non-empty set. So, keeping in mind both the definition, that is upper bound and lower bound, we will discuss about bounded above, bounded below, even least upper bound and greatest lower bound. They all the definitions are related to each other. So let us start our discussion with new definition, that is bounded above. A non-empty subset A of a real number R is said to be bounded above in R if there exists U belongs to R, which is an upper bound of A. What this means? U, it means all the element of A must be less than or equal to U by the definition of upper bound. That is, if there exists U belongs to R such that for each X belongs to A, we have X is less than or equal to U. You can see in this figure that set A is bounded above because we have an upper bound of this set A. So how we can say this set is bounded above? We have to find an upper bound. If there is an upper bound, then we can say this set is bounded above. In term of quantifier, we may write it as follows. A non-empty subset A of real number R is bounded above in R if there exists U belongs to R such that for all X belongs to A such that X is less than or equal to U. So in term of quantifier, we can define bounded above. So you can keep this definition in term of quantifier in your mind, because when we talk about bounded below, then I will ask a question how we can write the definition of bounded below in term of quantifier. So for example, let open interval A be, ये हमने कोई सेट लिया है, सबसेट लिया है रियल नंबर आर का. A is equal to capital A is equal to open interval A comma B. This set is bounded above because all the element of A, all the element that X, जितने भी X इस A और B के बीच में belong करेंगे, that must be less than equal to small b. So small b is the upper bound of this open set AB. Therefore, we find an upper bound. So when we find an upper bound, it means a set is bounded above. Now, similarly, you can think about how we can define bounded below. Take a pause of 30 seconds. Think how we can write the definition of bounded below. After 30 seconds, you can go through the video, but try to write the definition of bounded below at your own. So let us discuss bounded below. Let A be a non-empty subset of real number R, and A is said to be bounded below in R if there exists a real number small l belongs to R, or we can say real number L, which is a lower bound of A. That is, if there exists L belongs to R such that for each x belongs to A, we have L is less than equal to x. In uh, that same way that we had discussed about bounded above, we can define bounded below. That is, we have to just find a lower bound of a non-empty subset A. If we are able to find a lower bound of a non-empty subset A, then we can say that this set is bounded below. So here you can see in the figure that L is the lower bound of this non-empty set A. So in term of quantifier, we may write it as follows. So I can skip. Now you can try to write this definition of bounded below in term of quantifier. I will check. So now I will show you how we can write. In term of quantifier, we may write it as follows. A non-empty subset A of real number R is bounded above in R if there exists L belongs to R such that for all x belongs to A, L is less than equal to x. In the previous example, that is open interval AB, this is also bounded below because all the element x belongs to AB, we have a lower bound small a, that is small a is less than equal to x. So a is the lower bound. It means when we get a lower bound, then the set is bounded below. So in this example, we are able to find a lower bound as well as upper bound. So if we are able to find a lower bound and upper bound of a set, then we can say this set is bounded above as well as bounded below. So we can say open set is bounded above as well as bounded below. We will discuss about open set briefly in the next definitions when we talk about LUB, least upper bound, and greatest lower bound. So unbounded above, unbounded above. Let A be a non-empty subset of a real number R. Then A is said to be unbounded above in R if for each u belongs to R, there exists xu. I try to write u in the foot of x. So xu belongs to A, which this means this x depends upon u. Xu means this x depend upon u such that xu is greater than u. So try to revise the definition then that where we talk about that L is u is not an upper bound. When we say u is not an upper bound, if we are able to find an element of a set which is greater than u, if there is an element of a set A which is greater than u, then it means u is not an upper bound. So in this case, if A is a subset of real number R, this dark portion is a non-empty subset A. If we are able to, now our purpose is to find upper bound. But now you can see, if we choose U, then corresponding to this U, we can find an element XU of a set A which is greater than U. So it means U is not an upper bound. Okay, now let us take another element V. Corresponding to this V, we can find XV. That element also belongs to set A. It means XV is greater than V. So we can say V is not an upper bound of this non-empty set A. In the similar way, if we uh, if we choose another number W, then corresponding to this W we can find another XW. So we are not able to find any upper bound of this set A. It means when we are not able to find any upper bound of non-empty set A, then we can say that the set is unbounded above. So you can see in this picture that we are not able to find an upper bound of this non-empty set. So when we are not able to find an upper bound, then the set is unbounded. Similarly, you can think about unbounded below. It means we are not able to find the lower bound. Then we can say this set is unbounded below. But it doesn't means if there does not exist any lower bound, then there does not exist upper bound also. If a set is unbounded below, it may be bounded above. It may an upper bound. So we are talking about these examples in next slides. A set which is not bounded above is said to be unbounded above. मीन जब हम सेट को बोलते हैं कि बाउंडेड अबव नहीं है, इसका मतलब वी कैन राइट इट अनबाउंडेड अबव. अ सेट विच इज नॉट बाउंडेड बिलो इज सेड टू बी अनबाउंडेड बिलो. अनबाउंडेड बिलो मीन्स जो बाउंडेड बिलो नहीं है. जो बाउंडेड बिलो नहीं है मीन्स वी आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड अ लोअर बाउंड. जो बाउंडेड अबव नहीं है इसका मतलब वी आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड एन अपर बाउंड. So let us discuss this example. Let A be a subset. All the element x belongs to R, so that x is less than 2. Then A is bounded above the number 2, and any number greater than 2 is an upper bound of A. But this set A has no lower bound, so the set is not bounded below. You can see in this picture. The set A is shown from minus infinity to 2. 2 is the upper bound because all the element for all x belongs to A, x is less than 2. 3 is also the upper bound, 4 is also the upper bound. It means if we find an upper bound, it means this set is bounded above. But now because this set is not bounded below, so how we can show? Try to choose any number. Let us choose 100, minus 100. Then we are able to find minus 101 corresponding to this 100. If we choose minus 1000, then we are able to find minus 1001. If we choose 1 crore, minus 1 crore, then we are able to find minus 1 crore 1. It means we are not able to find any lower bound of this set, so we can say that this set is unbounded or not bounded below. Unbounded below means not bounded below. Now let us take another example. Let B be a non-empty subset of R, that is B defined by x belongs to R. X is greater than minus 1. So x, all the element which are greater than minus 1, that is if you imagine, if you think geometrically, you try to plot this uh, in your notebook, that what B set represent. The B set represent all the elements which are greater than minus 1. Minus 1, open interval minus 1 to plus infinity. This is set B. Now you can think, this B set has a lower bound, that is minus 1. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, all are lower bound. But we are not able to find an upper bound, because if you pick any integer, any real number, let it be 100, then we are able to find 101 which belongs to set B, which is greater than 100. If we pick 9999, then corresponding to this number we are able to find 10,000. So we are not able to find any real number any upper bound of this non-empty set B. So this set is unbounded above. So again, the set is unbounded set. You can plot this, think about this set geometrically. Now least upper bound and greatest lower bound. Let A equal to open interval 0, 1. Clearly 1 is an upper bound of A. Yes, we have already discussed the example of open interval A comma B. So B is the upper bound, here B equal to 1. So 1 is the upper bound, and similarly 0 is the lower bound of the set A. So it is also noted that any number greater than 1 is also an upper bound of A. Thus 1 is least among all the upper bound of A. Yes, now the main concept comes, that there are so many upper bounds which are all the numbers which are greater than 1 or equal to 1 are the upper bounds, but out of these upper bounds 1 is least. Similarly 0 is a lower bound of A, and number less than 0 is also a lower bound of A. Thus 0 is the greatest lower bound of all the lower bounds. Thus in the set of upper bounds of A and the set of lower bounds of A, we single out their least and greatest element respectively for special attention in the following definition. You can think about this example geometrically. This is our open set is A, open set 0 to 1. From 1 to infinity, this is a set of upper bounds. From 0 to minus infinity, this is set of lower bounds. And out of these upper bounds, we are able to find the least upper bound, that is 1. Out of these lower bounds from minus infinity to 0, we are able to find the greatest lower bound, that is 0. So least upper bound, and this figure represent the least and greatest, least upper bound and greatest lower bound. So least upper bound. Let a non-empty subset A of a real number which is bounded above. Then a real number U belongs to R is said to be least upper bound, or we can say supremum of A if it satisfies the conditions. First condition, U is an upper bound of A. लीस्ट होने के लिए पहले तो वो अपर बाउंड होना चाहिए. अगर वो अपर बाउंड होगा तभी तो हम उस अपर बाउंड में लीस्ट ढूंढने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो फर्स्ट कंडीशन, इंपॉर्टेंट कंडीशन इज U is an upper bound of A, and if U1 is any other upper bound of A, then U must be less than U1. You can see in this picture that 1 is upper bound of this set A, 2 is also upper bound of this set A, 3 is also upper bound of this set A, 4, 5, 6 all are upper bound of this set A. But 1, if we talk about 1 and 2, then 1 is less, 1 and 2 both are upper bound, but 1 is less than 2. So 1 is the least among all the upper bounds. So we can say 1 is the least upper bound of this set A. So in general, what we can say, how we can define least upper bound? First, U is an upper bound of this set. Second, if we are able to find U1, if U1 is any other upper bound of A, then U must be less than equal to U1. Now, on the same way, we can define greatest lower bound GLB. Let a non-empty subset A of a real number R be bounded below. Then a real number L belongs to R is said to be greatest lower bound or infimum. हम इसमें greatest lower bound और infimum both are same of A if it satisfy the condition. What are the condition? पहली condition तो same कि L is a lower bound of A, L lower bound होना चाहिए. फिर अगर एक और हमें lower bound मिलता है तो L उस lower bound से बड़ा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम greatest lower bound की बात कर रहे हैं. If L1 is any lower bound of A, then L1 is less than L, less than equal to L. So you can see in this figure that 0, -1, -2, -3 all are lower bounds. But if we talk about 0 and -1, so 0 is greater than -1. So 0 is the least greatest lower bound of this non-empty set A. So now come to bounded set. Let A be a non-empty subset of a real number R, then A is said to be bounded if it is both bounded above and bounded below. It means if we are, or more precisely, if we can say that a set A, non-empty set A is bounded if it has least upper bound as well as greatest lower bound. A set A is bounded set if there exists L comma U belongs to R such that X is greater than equal to L and less than equal to U, for all X belongs to A, where L is the greatest lower bound of A and U is the least upper bound of A. So now you can see this set A is a bounded set because it has a greatest lower bound 0 and least upper bound 1. So this set is, all the elements lies between 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 are the GLB and LUB of this set A. Now if we talk about closed interval 0 1, so this set is again bounded set because all the element of A lies between greater than equal to 0 less than equal to 1. But what is the difference between this open interval 0 1 and closed interval 0 1? We are we will discuss about this open and closed interval in our next slides. So let us discuss some examples related to the definition that we have discussed in our today's lecture. The set n, natural number 1 2 3 4 5, is bounded below but not bounded above. Now you try to think why this set is bounded below and why this set is not bounded above. Now next set of integer is neither bounded above nor bounded below. I go through all the slides, all the examples quickly. You try to pause the video, think each examples so that you are able to understand how we can define, how we are able to define the bound, upper bound, lower bound, bounded above, bounded below, least upper bound, and greatest lower bound. So similarly, set of rational number, real numbers are neither bounded above nor bounded below. Fifth example, every finite set of number is bounded. Let us take example. Let A is equal to elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is a bounded set and it is a finite set. So here we can see that all the element of the set A are greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 10. So 1 is the lower bound, 10 is the upper bound. So this set is bounded set. Even their least and greatest upper bound, least upper bound and greatest lower bound. Now set B. Set B, this contain all the elements which are greater than 0. This set is bounded below but not bounded above. You try to think this example geometrically. GLB of this set is greatest lower bound is of this set B equal to 0, but this is not a member of B. The only difference in open and closed interval, that in open interval the greatest or least upper bound or greatest lower bound are not the member of the set, but in closed interval both are member of the set. This is the only difference. In this example, open interval 0 to 1, you can see that 1 and 0 are the LUB and GLB respectively, and both of these do not belongs to C. And in next example, it, D is a uh, D is a set closed interval 0 to 1. So 0 and 1, 0 is the GLB and 1 is the LUB of this set, but both are member of this set. So the interval, closed interval AB, semi-closed interval AB, open interval AB are bounded set. Now you can pause the video, go through all the examples. Now in example number 14, consider M is equal to closed interval 0, 1 union 2. Now 0, 1 and the element 2. 2 is also the member of this set. Then the least upper bound of this set M is 2, because if you take 1.5 then 1.5 is greater than 0 to 1 but it is less than 2. So how it means हमें तो ऐसा नंबर ढूंढना है जो सेट के सारे एलिमेंट से बड़ा होना चाहिए, जबकि 1.5 से तो बड़ा हमें एक एलिमेंट 2 मिल रहा है. इट मीन 1.5 इज नॉट an upper bound of this set. So there is a contradiction. It means in this case 2 is the upper bound. So we can say 2 is the least among all the upper bounds. So 2 is the LUB of the set M, and 0 is the greatest lower bound of this set, and both of which are member of this set M. So you can think about all the examples and try to think about geometrically. If you found any difficulty, you can write in the comment section. I will explain you. uh, I will give you the response in the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe, stay healthy.